33% of adult population saved absolutely $0 for their retirement. 38% of households have credit card debt. Almost 21% of total population leaves zero savings from their annual income. 76% of millennials lack financial literacy. So, let's know how Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps strategy can make you achieve your financial freedom. Hello everybody, it's your funds and finance team. If you're looking to save more money, know about the right kind of investments, avoid being broke, and in one word getting your financial education right, then you are in the right place. I'm about to reveal Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps and whether you should follow those in achieving your financial freedom. I understand that feeling when your account balance is nil and you need money for any emergency. That's the worst thing one can experience. Don't worry, today we will discuss about how you can make sure that you will never fall into that situation. Let's grow together. Dave Ramsey is a personal finance expert and is most well known for his 7 baby steps to help you get out of debt and take control of your money. While these steps have helped millions of people, below I'll walk through Dave Ramsey's baby steps and provide some tips on how you can implement that in your life, no matter what your income level is. Before diving in, I want to put on record that I agree with most of what Dave Ramsey has to say when it comes to personal finance, and I think he's helped a ton of people throughout his career. I even included his book, The Total Money Makeover, in my list of the best budgeting books. Getting out of debt, investing for retirement, and having a handle on your finances are all great things, and all are things that Ramsey recommends. Dave Ramsey is a personal finance guru and popularly known for The Dave Ramsey Show, Dave's popular radio show, where listeners typically call in with their money problems and questions. Dave didn't build this empire overnight, though. And the main reason he got into the business of personal finance was because of mistakes he made. Ramsey struggled with debt when he was young and eventually overcame it. He then decided he wanted to help others avoid paying the stupid tax mistakes that cost you money, as he did. Those are his words, not mine. Today, Dave is arguably most well known for his 7 baby steps to help people get out of debt. Baby step 1, save $1,000 in an emergency fund. The first step in Ramsey's plan is to save $1,000 in a starter emergency fund. An emergency fund consists of money you set aside to cover unexpected expenses that might pop up. These expenses could include things like a surprise medical bill or necessary house repair. An emergency fund is typically stored in a liquid account, like a high-yield savings account, so that you have immediate access to it when needed. This first baby step serves 2 primary purposes. For one, if a minor repair or accident comes up, you can handle it without going into debt. That's a win. Second, it gets the ball rolling on your financial journey. $1,000 is a lot of money, but not an insurmountable amount. Ideally, you can accomplish this first step in less than a year by saving $20 per week, if not much faster. Now, will a $1,000 emergency fund pay for a new roof that needs to be replaced? Or cover you for a few months if you lose a job? No, and I don't think that's the point of this starter fund. I've heard Dave say on his show that only having $1,000 is supposed to scare you a little. It's a small win, and it protects you against small expenses, but it doesn't make you feel comfortable. That comes in step 3. One last thing to note before moving on, the backbone of the entire baby step process is to have a sound budget. If you are spending more than you are making, you won't save any money, let alone $20 a month. Part of this first step needs to be devising a budget and identifying ways to either increase income or decrease expenses as you move through the baby steps. Baby step 2, pay off all debt, except your mortgage, using the debt snowball method. In step 2, the recommendation is to pay off all of your debt, except for your house, including credit card debt, student loan debt, car loans, and personal loan debt, using the debt snowball method. With the debt snowball method, you pay off your smallest debts first, ignoring each loan's interest rate, while always making minimum payments on each loan. For example, let's say you had 3 forms of debt: credit card debt, $11,000 with a 20% interest rate; car loan, $6,000 with a 3% interest rate; student loan, $27,000 with a 7% interest rate. Using the debt snowball payoff method, you would first completely pay off your car loan. Then, you would tackle the high-interest credit card, and last would be the student loan. Similar to step 1, you use your budget to accomplish this goal, saving more and earning more until you have paid off all of your debt. The main idea behind the debt snowball method is that the psychological benefit of completely eliminating a loan or type of debt outweighs the money saved by paying off high-interest debt first. A study by Northwestern in 2012 substantiated this theory. In the example above, going from 3 types of debt to just 2 types is, in theory, more important than going from $44,000 in debt to $38,000 in debt. Baby step 3. Save 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund. The third baby step involves revisiting step 1. Now that you have all of your debt paid off, besides your house, it's time to build up a more comfortable, fully funded emergency fund. One that could cover more considerable unexpected expenses that pop up and prevent you from ever needing to go into debt again. Of course, there are exceptions. You might decide to go back to school, or maybe you haven't purchased your house yet, but the idea of baby step 3 is to stop you from needing to take on bad debt, that is, maxing out credit cards, to solve a short-term problem. Hey, still watching? Great, hope we are bringing you some valuable information. You made it this far, so please like this video to help the YouTube algorithm to reach more people, and make sure you watch till the end, because that is where we are going to discuss about how you can get started on your debt-free journey, no matter what your income is. Please subscribe to us for getting world-class tips and information about your financial literacy. Baby step 4. Invest 15% of your household income for retirement. Step 4 is a big one. It involves saving and investing for retirement. Specifically, Dave recommends investing 15% of your gross household income in a 401k and Roth IRA or other pre-tax retirement accounts. He also recommends investing in mutual funds, specifically growth mutual funds, as the investment vehicle of choice. A general rule of thumb is that you need 25x your annual expenses saved up to comfortably retire. Read more on the 4% rule here. If you save 15% of your gross annual income as Dave recommends and spend the other 85%, it will take you about 35 years to save enough for retirement. This is holding a few basic assumptions constant. Your spending level does not change in retirement. Your income level does not change. You realize a plus 7% annual return. It's important to run the numbers to understand if waiting 35 years is acceptable or if you plan to retire sooner or later. You can then adjust your assumptions and savings rate from there to meet your goals. Baby step 5. Save for your children's college fund. Once you have paid off all of your debt, again, except the house, built up a stable emergency fund, and started actively saving for retirement, Dave recommends saving for your children's future education. Specifically, it's recommended that you open a 529 college savings plan or education savings account, ESA. These are both tax-advantaged accounts, similar to a 401k or Roth IRA, but explicitly designed to be used for education expenses. Baby step 6. Pay off your home early. Step 6 is probably the most controversial on the list. Dave recommends paying off your mortgage early and getting to 100% debt-free, no matter the interest rate on your loan. It's hard to argue with 100% debt-free has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Of course, you have to make sure you can make additional payments against your mortgage principal without facing penalties. And if you can, you should, according to the 7 baby steps. Baby step 7. Build wealth and give. Last, step 7 is a celebratory step. It's the step where I imagine Dave finally says, "Congrats, you did it." With your debt paid off, retirement on track, kids' college paid for, and no mortgage, you are free to do with your money as you please. Some common suggestions include: max out your 401k and Roth IRA, ensuring a full and happy retirement. Continue building wealth in a brokerage account. Invest in real estate. Give money to charities that mean something to you. Spend money on things you enjoy without guilt. These are the 7 baby steps of Dave Ramsey, which will lead you to financial freedom and save you from your debt. Now, let's discuss how to get started with the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps. Has knowing these 7 baby steps helped you decide? Well, if you're ready to get started on step number 1, you should decide why you want to achieve financial freedom. Even before you begin looking at your financial numbers or trying to figure out where you can save, ask yourself why you want to do this work. Why now? What is your motivation for financial freedom? Are you overwhelmed and want to calm your mind? Do you want to buckle down and free yourself of your debt years before you thought was even possible? Whatever your reason, think of what it is. This will serve as your motivation on days where your progress might be slow or you might be tempted to give up. Educate yourself. Pick up a copy of Ramsey's book. You can also read through his website to get a good understanding of the entire process and the work it's going to take. By going into it with a good idea in mind of what the 7 baby steps actually involve, you'll be more likely to stick to the program and succeed. Make the time. Once you get going, the beauty of the baby steps is that it doesn't really take any time to keep the process humming along. You should, however, schedule some time for yourself to read and implement the lessons learned. Starting by tackling and understanding baby step number 1 and how you'll plan to complete that step and moving on from there. Commit to change. Paying down your debt and investing in your future will involve lifestyle changes, such as budgeting and cutting back on expenses, so prepare yourself for this. For some, it might even involve an entire overhaul of your spending and savings. If you can, try to get your partner and other family members on board with the process too, especially the big spenders. This is because, while you can certainly spearhead the journey, it will be much easier to achieve your financial goals if everyone in your household is just as committed as you are. Be patient. This might be the most challenging part, but it's crucial to your success, and that is, have patience. This journey takes time, a lifetime, actually, but as many can attest who have completed the Dave Ramsey 7 baby steps over the last couple of decades, it is well worth it. Please subscribe us and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos helping you about your financial education, money, savings and more. Check out this attached video to learn more about your finances and we will see you in the next video. Take care.